I used to believe that if I just loved people enough, if I just gave a little more, understood a little deeper, they would finally see me. They would appreciate me, respect me, cherish me the way I cherish them. But life has a way of teaching us lessons wrapped in disappointment, doesn't it? And one day, I woke up with an aching heart, realizing that the love I so freely gave was being taken, not received. There's a difference. Taking drains you, receiving nourishes you. And I had been drained for far too long. So today I want to talk to you, heart to heart, about why you need to stop being so soft with everyone. Not because love is wrong, not because kindness is weak, but because you, my dear, deserve to be honored. Your heart is not a doormat. Your soul is not a bottomless well. And if you're tired, if you feel unseen, if you wonder why people take and take, then this message is for you. You see, for years I thought love meant sacrificing myself. I thought kindness meant bending until I broke. But what I didn't realize was this. When you teach people that you will always be available, always forgiving, always understanding, some will start to believe that your softness is endless. They will drink from your well without ever thinking to fill it back up. And the hardest lesson I had to learn, it wasn't their fault. It was mine. I had trained them to treat me this way. I had taught them that my needs came second, that my time was always available, that my heart would keep giving no matter how little I received. And that's when it hit me. If I wanted to change how the world treated me, I had to change how I treated myself. So I started asking myself, what if my kindness had boundaries? What if my love had strength? What if I valued myself as much as I valued everyone else? Because, my dear, love without self-respect isn't really love, it's self-abandonment. And you deserve more than that. So let's talk about how we change this, how we step out of this cycle of overgiving, of being too soft, too available, too understanding. Because I promise you, when you begin to honor yourself, something incredible happens. The right people start showing up, the right energy starts flowing, and most importantly, you stop feeling so tired. And that, my dear, is the first step toward true love, starting with yourself. When I first started valuing myself, I felt guilty. It felt unnatural to say no, to put myself first, to stop over-explaining my decisions. I had spent so long believing that love meant self-sacrifice that I didn't know how to exist outside of that role. But here's something powerful I learned. Guilt is just a habit, and like all habits, it can be changed. You see, when you've been the one who always bends, the moment you decide to stand tall, it will feel strange. Not because you're wrong, but because you're stepping into a version of yourself that is new, stronger, and unshakable. And that's what I want for you. I want you to feel the power of honoring yourself. So let's talk about boundaries. Oh, that word used to make me so uncomfortable. Boundaries felt like walls, like something that would push people away. But my dear, boundaries aren't about keeping people out. They're about keeping your energy safe. They are the highest form of self-respect. And when you respect yourself, you teach the world how to respect you. Let me tell you a little secret. People who truly love you will never be threatened by your boundaries. The ones who resist them, they were only benefiting from your lack of them. So where do we start? How do we begin to shift from being soft to being strong without losing our warmth? The answer is simple. You decide. You decide today, right now, that your energy is valuable, that your time is precious, that your heart is sacred, and then you start practicing small, loving ways to honor yourself every single day. Let's start with a simple exercise. I want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine yourself as a glowing light. This light represents your energy, your love, your kindness. Now picture certain people in your life. Do they brighten this light or do they drain it? Be honest with yourself. If you feel a heaviness, if you feel an exhaustion, that's your intuition speaking to you. Now here's where the real shift happens. The next time someone asks you for something that feels draining, I want you to pause. Not to react immediately, just pause and ask yourself, does this serve me too? Will this leave me feeling good, or will I regret it later? And if the answer leans toward exhaustion, I want you to practice something very simple. Say no. I know, it feels uncomfortable. But no is a full sentence. It doesn't require a long explanation. You don't have to justify your decision to anyone. Your energy is yours to protect. And the more you practice this, the more you will see something amazing. Your world will not fall apart. People will adjust. Some may leave, but let them. The ones who truly see you will respect your choices, and the ones who don't, they were never truly there for you anyway. I remember the first time I set a boundary. My heart raced, my palms were sweaty, but I did it. And you know what happened? The world kept spinning, the sun still rose, and most importantly, I felt lighter. I felt powerful. And that, my dear, is what I want for you. To step into your power and own it fully, because you deserve to be loved, not just by others, but by yourself. And that starts with choosing you. Stay with me, because in the next part, we're going even deeper into how you can release guilt and fully embrace this new, stronger version of yourself. Do you know what happens when you stop being soft with everyone? When you finally say, enough, I matter too. At first, the world trembles a little. The people who were used to your endless yeses will blink in confusion. Some will push back. Some will test your strength, waiting to see if you'll fold, if you'll shrink back into the version of you they were comfortable with. But my dear, you won't, because you've come too far to turn back now. And let me tell you, this is where your true power begins. There is something almost magical that happens when you start valuing yourself, when you stop letting guilt run your life, when you no longer feel the need to explain yourself for choosing peace over people-pleasing. You become lighter, freer, more at home within yourself. And the best part? You start to attract people who love you for who you truly are, not just what you can do for them. So let's talk about the next step, letting go of guilt and embracing the freedom that comes with standing in your power. Because, my dear, the world will not collapse just because you choose yourself. In fact, your world will expand in the most beautiful ways. Let's go even deeper, my dear. For so long, you've been told that being nice means always saying yes, that being kind means always making space for others, even when it costs you your peace. But what if I told you that real kindness isn't about self-sacrifice? What if I told you that real love, true, deep, fulfilling love, starts with how you treat yourself? I want you to picture a garden, your energy, your time, your love. It's like the richest soil, the most beautiful flowers. But imagine if everyone around you kept picking from it without giving anything back. What happens? The flowers start to wilt, the soil dries up, and soon there's nothing left. That's what happens when you give and give without boundaries. But here's the beautiful truth. You are not here to be drained. You are here to bloom. And blooming requires balance. It requires you to tend to your own needs first. It requires you to stop apologizing for protecting your peace. So today, I want you to practice something powerful. The next time someone asks you for something that doesn't sit right with your soul, take a breath, a deep, grounding breath. Then ask yourself, does this feel good for me? Will this nourish me, or will it deplete me? And if your heart whispers no, listen to it, because your heart, your intuition, that deep knowing inside you, it has been waiting for you to choose yourself. The more you do this, the more your life will shift. The exhaustion, it will fade. The resentment, it will dissolve. And in its place, you will find something extraordinary: peace, strength, a love for yourself that no one can take away. And my dear, that love, that is your power. Something shifts the moment you decide you are no longer available for disrespect, for one-sided relationships, for the endless cycle of giving without receiving. At first, it feels strange. You might catch yourself hesitating, fingers hovering over a message, debating whether to explain yourself yet again. But my dear, you don't need to. You don't owe anyone a justification for protecting your peace. Think about this. Have you ever noticed how the people who take the most from you are the first to call you selfish when you finally say no? That's not love. That's control. And control only works when you allow it. You are not here to be a doormat for anyone's convenience. You are here to live a life that feels good to you. So let's talk about what happens when you stand firm in your strength. At first, you might lose people. Those who thrived on your softness, on your inability to say no, might start pulling away, and that's okay. Let them. Because the right people, the ones who truly love you, they will stay, they will adjust, they will respect the new, stronger you. And even more beautiful, you will start to attract a different kind of energy. People who pour into you just as much as you pour into them. Relationships that feel balanced, effortless, full of love and mutual respect. But that only happens when you stop dimming your own light to make others comfortable. So today, I want you to make yourself a promise. Promise yourself that you will no longer shrink to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. Promise yourself that you will honor your energy, your time, your peace, because you are worth it. And promise yourself that from this day forward, you will never apologize for choosing yourself. Because when you do that, my dear, you don't just change your life, you change the way the universe responds to you. Now take a deep breath, my dear, because today you step fully into your power. No more second guessing, no more apologizing, no more shrinking yourself for the comfort of others. You are no longer the person who bends until they break. You are no longer the person who gives so much that you leave nothing for yourself. You are strong, you are worthy, you are enough just as you are. And let me tell you something magical. When you fully embrace this truth, life begins to shift in the most beautiful ways. The universe responds to the energy you put out. The moment you start treating yourself with love and respect, the world mirrors that back to you. Suddenly, the wrong people fade away and the right people appear. Doors open, opportunities flow. Peace settles into your life like a soft, warm blanket. Something inside you has already shifted. I can feel it. You wouldn't still be here if you weren't ready for this change. If you weren't meant to hear this message at this exact moment in your life. So let's go even deeper. Let's talk about what happens when you finally stop allowing people to walk all over you. Because, my dear, this is where true freedom begins. For years, maybe even your whole life, you've been conditioned to believe that saying no makes you difficult, that choosing yourself makes you selfish, that setting boundaries means you don't care. But let me tell you the truth, none of that is real. Those are just stories you've been told to keep you small, to keep you quiet, to keep you in a place where you are easy to control. And today, right now, we are rewriting that story. Because the real you, the you that exists underneath all the guilt and self-doubt, that version of you is powerful. That version of you is untouchable. And it's time to set them free. So let's talk about what happens when you fully step into your strength. At first, there will be resistance. That's just how energy works. When you shift, the world around you takes notice. The people who have benefited from your softness, from your people-pleasing, will push back. They might say things like, "You've changed. You're not as nice as you used to be. Why are you being so difficult?" But do you know what those words really mean? They mean, you are no longer easy to manipulate. You are no longer prioritizing my comfort over your own well-being. You are no longer someone I can take advantage of. And that, my dear, is a good thing. Because the right people will never make you feel guilty for protecting your peace. The right people will respect your boundaries without question. The right people will celebrate your growth, not resist it. And those are the people who are meant to be in your life. So what happens next? Once you stop being soft to everyone, something incredible happens. You start attracting people who love and respect you for who you truly are. You stop wasting energy on people who don't value you. And instead, you pour into relationships that nourish your soul. You wake up feeling lighter, more at peace, more in control of your own life. And let me tell you, that is a feeling like no other. So today, I want you to make a commitment to yourself. A promise. Promise yourself that you will no longer let guilt keep you in spaces that don't honor you. Promise yourself that you will no longer say yes when your heart is screaming no. Promise yourself that from this moment on, you will treat yourself with the same love, care, and respect that you so freely give to others. Because you deserve it, my dear. You always have.